Hello, good morning, Miss Rose and Miss Tram.
Good
Yeah,
morning,
teacher.
teacher.
Hello, welcome back. Thank you so much for, allowing us to have our makeup class this morning. We had a very tiring day yesterday, so I am
Uh,
very grateful for allowing us to have, this kind of session this morning. How are you? How's your weekend so far? Okay, let's start from Miss Rose. How's your weekend?
I have a relaxed weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm get up late and I go to markets and I cook for my family.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
I'm not go out because the weather is cloudy and rainy in Vietnam.
Oh, I see. You know what? It's also the same here. But today, and even last night, it has been raining heavily in our area. So I'm actually quite worried with our internet connection and electricity because every time there's heavy rain, even if there's no typhoon, our connection gets cut off. So just let me know if my connection isn't good so I can double check my connection as well. Thank you, Miss Rose, for sharing. How about you, Miss Tram?
I came back my hometown uh, with family and enjoy some holiday with my family.
Oh, I envy you.
Uh,
Because, well, it's a relaxing. It sounds like you are having a relaxing and a stress-free weekend. Okay? And I hope that you are enjoying your Sunday while we are going to continue to learn more about our lesson for today. Now, last time, we already finished our unit number 5, which is about ethical business. Now, for our next unit, we will talk about unit number 6, which is about making decisions in a business. Of course, in businesses, we really have to make decisions, especially if you are already in a position where you have a say in the company. Right now, before we dig deeper into the discussion of our unit number 6, okay, by the way, we'll have our vocabulary, meeting skills, and the language of choice for confident business communication. Let us now think about first one or two good decisions you have made. Okay, so it can be decisions at work or decisions in life in general. Now, how much were you guided by facts and figures? And how much did you follow your intuition? Okay, so when we say intuition, this is your instinct. This is how you feel. This is uh, how you expect things to happen based on what you feel. Okay, so these are our two questions for the beginning part of our lesson. Again, how much were you guided by facts and figures? And how much do you follow your intuition? Or better yet, how do you decide on
okay,
things? Go
okay, I
ahead,
can
Miss
go
Rose.
first.
Okay, go ahead.
I think one of the most important decision in my life uh, was when I choose skip 1 year at university to uh, uh, choose another university at another place in my country.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, First, I went to the university at Central Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
But after 1 year, I moved on to Hanoi. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
this is a struggle decision at that time because uh, at my age, uh, were very young,
Mm-hmm.
and the chance uh, to to went to university very difficult because I had to uh, oh, pass difficult exam.
Yeah.
Um, but after uh, but um, I think this is a good decision
Mm-hmm.
for my life because I can have a chance to work and lives in Hanoi
Mm-hmm.
nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm also had a happy family
Mm-hmm.
in Hanoi.
Mm-hmm.
Um, after I decided to skip 1 year at the first university, I come back. I came back my hometown and learned with some professional at the famous school in
Mm-hmm.
my place. As, um, those professional teacher teach me a lot of knowledge, and this is mm, solid this was solid background
Mm-hmm.
for me get the high grade at the second exam
Mm-hmm.
when I learn with them. I
With them.
can count. I can finger and uh estimate estimate my grades at the exam.
Sam.
So I choose to um I choose to nộp hồ sơ là gì nhỉ? I choose to
Professor.
sub submit
Mm-hmm.
my document to higher
Mo-
university
Actually. Mm-hmm.
Stanford. So I pass pass the exam.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think intuition usually come from the experience, um, data analysis, and
Mm-hmm.
some my uh, hunch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So at that time, I can combine three
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that I can overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Nice.
yes,
Based on your sharing, thank you for that inspiring sharing, Miss Tram. I mean, you know what? There are a lot of people there who wouldn't dare to
yeah,
actually have that kind of decision, but you wouldn't know the great opportunities that await you unless you make that big step in your life, right? Because
yeah,
I'm pretty much sure back then it's actually one of the hardest decisions that you may had during that time. And based on your sharing, I believe you are actually happy with the decision and you don't regret it a little bit, right? Because
yeah,
of how much beautiful and successful your life turned out. Okay, and
yeah,
based on your answer, yes, I agree that, well, intuition sometimes is also based on our life experiences, that life experiences shape the kind of instincts that we have. So even if, don't see it yet, but you can, you just have to give it a go.
yeah,
Right. So, well, based on your sharing, it's a perfect combination, a balance between facts and figures because you studied, um you prepared for the examination, you know the risk of moving from one place to another, and you followed your intuition to move to, a better place.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Tram, for your sharing. I
Yeah.
admire your bravery, your courage to actually take that leap in life, because, well, it's difficult, especially if you will be far from your family and at a young age,
Yeah.
right? Thank you for that. How about you, Miss Rose?
Um, is means I I have to good decision. Is a decision about change department on my company, and decision about buying this house, and change house.
Mm-hmm.
About decision about my buying this house is important with me,
Mm-hmm.
because price of house in Vietnam is uh, go go fast,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in the present time I have enough money to buy this house. This my house.
Mm-hmm.
It is expensive, and if I buy this house at the present time, uh, I I think I nợ là gì nhỉ? I think I waste up a lot of money
Yeah.
and a long time
Mm-hmm.
to give more money for my home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it after 2021, when I decision buy my home, it's a good decision with
Mm-hmm.
me.
Correct.
Uh, although although I have to wait up to 4 year to
Mm-hmm.
wait up money to give for my house,
Mm-hmm.
and I finished in at present time, and I think it is not difficult for me, which um, if I buy as the last time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Correct. And yes, I agree that buying a house at the present time is really expensive. I mean, it
Yeah,
is one of the best investment one could ever have, right? Because you don't have to worry about, where to go if you have your own home,
yeah.
right? And yeah, I'm so happy, Miss Rose, that you
Oh,
have that kind of good decisions in life. How about in changing departments? Was it
uh,
difficult for you to decide?
yeah. It is difficult decide because I have a long time with the older department. I have older coworker.
Mhm,
Uh, they is a risk person,
mhm,
and I have a risk boss. Uh,
mhm.
when I decision change the department, and I worry about new boss and
Yeah.
worry about environment.
Mhm,
But this last work I have to worksheet. I
mhm,
have to worksheet each year. Expect with my
mm,
health,
mhm,
and I can stand up a long time.
mhm.
So I decision change the department. Uh, with this department, I only work normal time,
Mm,
um, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and
mhm,
I a lot of time with my family,
mhm. Which
and
is good.
And I think uh, I have the time towards for education and other thing.
Mm-hmm. Correct, correct. Now, well, there are decisions in life that we really have to make, even if we already establish good relationships with, the people in our workplace. Sometimes we also need to consider, our health, our time, salary also, right? So if there
Oh
is
yeah,
increase in the salary, then we would really, consider it. So based on what you have shared, of course, we are guided by facts and figures. When we say facts, something that is real. Like, for example, we know in ourselves that we are not getting any younger. So we need to really, have some shift in the kind of work that we have. Figures, of course, the time that we allot at work, that's figure. When we say figures, these are numbers. And of course, with those facts and figures, we start to actually feel that some changes should be done. Okay? I also have the same experience as you, Miss Rose, when I decided to leave the private school. I have been working there for like 10 years and I already
yeah,
established, good relationship with the people around. I know the owner of the school. I am already at the position that, I'm not so stressed with work because I am one of the administrators back then. But I had to really decide to, work in the government because, well, it's the calling. I mean, yes, the work there is easier than the kind of work that I have now in the government, but there's no satisfaction. I mean, I studied to become a teacher, not to become, just someone sitting in an office. So that time I decided to actually, change my workplace. Not really career, but just the workplace, because it's something that I think would make me happier. Right? So we
yeah,
have those kinds of decisions in life, right? So, and with those decisions, we are driven and guided by facts and figures, and of course, our intuition. So if we feel like it is high time for us to, have some change in life, you'll feel that. Okay, you'll have to, do some movement in your life, and that's how we can have good decisions, or the decisions that may change our lives and make our lives better. Okay. Now, speaking of decisions, does having more time to think produce better decisions? Or do you decide faster and more wisely when under pressure? So, how do you decide? Do you think more about it, or it's easier for you to decide when you are under pressure?
Hmm, I think have having more time to think produce uh better decision than
Mm-hmm.
faster. Because we need uh, before we make any design, we should uh, uh, gọi là
Okay.
we we should
Mm-hmm.
think carefully about data and data
Mm-hmm.
analysis,
Mm-hmm.
especially batch
Mm-hmm.
data,
Correct.
uh, do more research about the uh, about the
Mm-hmm.
matters that we can search on market search
Mm-hmm.
on uh, and ask some mentor or sponsor
Mm-hmm.
that can give us good advice.
Yeah.
Uh, Especially when under pressure, we uh, we need to think deep and make carefully uh, this before produce any decision
Mhm.
because at that time our brain cannot operate well
Yeah.
uh, under pressure.
Mhm.
So we need more time
Mhm.
to produce better decisions.
Mhm. All right, correct. Well, I agree that when we are under pressure, our brain cannot think well because there's a high possibility that we decide based on emotion.
Yeah,
So, and well, based on experience, deciding on emotion can be something that is not the wisest thing to do because most often than not, we regret our decisions based on emotion. So if you're under pressure, it's okay to pause and breathe and think things thoroughly. Okay.
uh,
Thank you, Miss Cham. How about you, Miss Rose?
I think I really agree with Mr. Mitchum when everybody has more time to think, they can produce better decision. Uh, when they have time um, to knowledge about the new plan
Mhm.
and about the thing, and they can produce better decision more.
Mhm.
Uh, but sometimes uh, but sometimes uh, but sometimes we have golden moment,
Mhm.
and we have to make decision faster.
Mhm. Correct.
And
Correct.
yeah, and so we have to think better decision a faster time to, and we have not a lot of time to think.
Correct. I agree. So, what do you do, Miss Rose, when you are, under that pressure and you have to decide faster?
Yeah, or when I work on last time,
Mm-hmm.
the last work, uh, I am a QC in lines,
Mm-hmm.
in line of
Mm-hmm.
production. We have to produce better decision faster.
Mm-hmm.
If I think produce decision less, the product makes a lot of produce of
Mm-hmm.
product produce, and we have to uh, we have to xử lý cái gì nhỉ? We have to
handle.
you have to handle a lot of wrong product.
Product.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so we make a decision
Mm-hmm.
faster.
Faster or quickly. I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? Having when it comes to give making decisions in life, yes, there are moments in life that we really have to think a lot, right? We have to really study the facts, the figures. We have to consider the pros and cons of everything before we can decide. And yes, I do agree with the both of you that taking time to think through about the choices that you have before you decide would result to better decisions because you'll be able to actually have a foresight of what will happen if you decide on one thing. So you can think of what will happen if I choose this and what might probably go wrong if this decision will be taken over. So you have time to think through about things, but sometimes in life, particularly in our work, there are decisions in life that we really have to quickly make a choice. And in order for you to actually decide under pressure and don't regret that decision takes experience. The more experienced you are, the wiser you become. And the wiser you become, the quickly you can decide, especially in your line of work. If you have been working in your workplace for several years already, you know the pros and cons of things. So you can decide under pressure, right? But if it is something new to you, something big, something grand that you have to decide on, we need to think through it. Okay. And the wiser we become, the more experienced we become in life, the harder we think about our decisions, right? Because there are decisions in life that we have to be sure, because we cannot, there are things that we cannot really take back once we give our decisions. And we also be willing and ready to face whatever consequences may happen after we decide on one thing. So that is something that we also include whenever we think of our decisions, not just at work, but also in life, right? Now, of course, when it comes to having our decisions, sometimes it is also affected by, you know, our personalities. Now, based on your experiences, how much do you think our personalities affect our decision making? Does it have an impact on how we decide? Okay, when we say personalities, these are your traits,
Mhm.
your characteristics. And
Yes,
does it affect our decision making?
I think our personality affect our decision marketing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Making decision making a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone had a different working style or lifestyle. Uh, is it based it on our background knowledge and uh, charac- characteristic characteristic.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it also dependent on our environment, uh, life environment or working environment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so mm, uh, uh, I have noticed that some people make decision very quickly
Mm-hmm.
because they can have a good uh, intuition,
Yeah.
so they can make a lot of good decisions. But beside in concept, there are a lot of people also make a quick decision, but they can lead a lot of uh, struggle. I
Yeah.
mean, fail in
Yeah. Failure.
fail in their decision
Mhm.
because they lack of some experience, some data analysis,
Yeah.
and especially intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think intuition play a very important role in shaping their thinking about life and work.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I think that's why we need follow some framework before making any decision uh, to uh, uh, to làm giảm to reduce
Mm-hmm.
our personality affect our decision making.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So we have to be very logical
Yeah,
in our decisions and not base it on, just how we feel.
yeah,
Because, well, sometimes uh there are decisions that we base on emotions that we may regret. And yes, there are people who decide quickly, but when they fail, they still do their best to actually, alter the result, Okay.
Mm,
And it goes back again to how resilient they are in terms of facing consequences. Okay.
yeah.
How about you, Miss Rose? How much do you think our personalities affect our decision making?
I think our personally affect big with our decision making
Mm-hmm.
because everybody have a character other characteristic and is influence with make their decision because example with the people carefully or uncarefully with carefully they follow the facts and everything to make a decision
Mm-hmm.
with they are uncarefully they easier make a decision and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they uh, easy make decision and they go wrong. They uh, they make decision and make wrong decision.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And beside, I think uh, they make decision influenced by feeling
Mm-hmm.
their feeling and their self um, self personality
Mm-hmm.
and make a thinker make my mind make their my mind
Mm-hmm.
and influence their decision.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And you know what? When it comes to personalities, these are our traits and characteristics. But you know what? In our decision making, we actually have that kind of subconscious perspective when it comes to making our decisions, because sometimes our personalities serve as a cognitive filter. So when we say cognitive filter, when we are faced on something that we need to decide on, we know for sure what we want. Okay. But the question is, our brain would say, is that what you need? Right. So that's the time that, your heart and mind would start to actually battle against each other because you know what you like. So, for example, you are an introvert person. Yeah, let me give you an example. You are an introvert person. When we say introvert, you are someone who doesn't like to be with the crowd. So you don't like to be with other people. You just want to be, with yourself or with a select number of people. So if you're an introvert and you need to decide on an event, of course, you would choose an event that would not let you be with others. So you will hate team buildings, you would hate competitions. Maybe you just would have to choose seminars because you will just sit and not engage. Okay. So if you're an extrovert, let's say an extrovert, okay, leader, okay, you enjoy people. So if you are going to decide on an event that you'll have to sponsor, of course, you will have to choose team building activities, outings, competitions that would make you be with others. Right. So sometimes our personalities affect our decision making because we have our own choices, especially if you are already a leader in your company. But the bottom line here is that what others want? Is that what the company needs? Okay. So that's the time that maturity comes in. Okay. So maturity in terms of, in the workplace and maturity as a person. You know what you want, but is that what you need? Is that what the company needs? Is that what everybody needs? So that's a time that you will have to balance out everything, consider facts, and sometimes you have to decide on something that goes against your personality. So, for example, you're an introvert, but the company needs team building activities. You'll have to sacrifice your trait of being an introvert person and start, you know, mingling with other members of the company, with your colleagues, for example. So you have to go out of your comfort zone in making decisions sometimes. Okay. Because again, our traits and personalities may not be what the company needs. So we have to make sure to consider our personality, but we have to prioritize what would be the benefit of it for the majority. Okay. Now, speaking of personality, let us take a look at some personalities that may affect our decision making. Okay, now let's read our featured article for this lesson, which is entitled All in the Mind. So, what kind of decision maker are you? So, we have here different types of personalities. Now, let us start from Miss Tram. Let's read the first two on the left, Miss Tram, and then Miss Rose will read the last two on the right. Okay, let's start, Miss Tram.
Yes. As you an extrovert or an introvert, extroverts are often outgoing and enthusiastic. They are good with people and enjoy a
Public.
public role. They prefer to do lots of things at once and can be easily distracted. They are talker rather than listener and can be impulsive. Introverts are often self-contained and reserved. They,
Reserved.
they reserved.
Mhm.
They can be very focused on working on tasks and prefer to focus on one thing at a time. They are good listeners. They think before they act and prefer to be behind the scenes.
Okay, so
Again,
that's the difference between extrovert and introvert. Now, based on the description, Miss Tram, are
yeah.
you an extrovert or an introvert?
I think I combine
Mm-hmm.
between extrovert and introverts.
Okay.
In my workplace, sometimes I am a extrovert person, but
Mm-hmm.
but in my me time, in
Mm-hmm.
me time, I'm so sometimes I introvert. I
Mm-hmm.
like space. I like pri
Mm-hmm.
private yes,
Private.
a private space
Mm-hmm.
to enjoy my hobby.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And you know what? There is actually a term for that. If you are at the middle, okay, we call it ambivert.
And
Let me
be with
type it here. Okay, that's the term. So, for example, if you are at the middle, sometimes you are extrovert, and then sometimes you are also an introvert. Your personality is called ambivert.
and be
Okay,
with
so that means you are at the middle. How about you, Miss Rose? Based on the description here, are you an extrovert, introvert, or an ambivert?
I think I ambivert.
Mm-hmm. So the
Yeah,
same with Miss Ram.
yeah.
Why do you think you are an ambivert?
Sometimes I need introverts uh, because with my family, uh, and sometimes on my working, I need the extroverts because I need team working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I need say with my coworker on
Mm-hmm.
working. So
Correct.
I think I'm ambivert.
Mm-hmm, correct. You know what? I also consider myself as an ambivert. Of course, I'm a teacher. I am expected to be with a lot of people, right? So at school, I am an extrovert. I am outgoing. I enjoy being with, people, with students. But sometimes my social battery runs off. So we call it social battery. Okay, so sometimes my social battery runs off. When we say social battery, that's your energy. that
Yeah.
you a lot in meeting people. So sometimes I get tired and I don't want to speak with others. So that's the time that I will, switch to my introvert side. I will just sit in one corner, listen to music, do my work and not talk to anyone.
Like
So
me.
there are times like that, right?
Yeah.
That our social battery is not full and we just want to sit and focus on what we are doing. However, our colleagues may not like that. Well, in my case, my colleagues don't like people who are actually isolating themselves. So sometimes, even if my social battery runs off, I will just have to sit and listen to them and just stare and not give comments because, well, we also have to consider the workplace. So, yeah, but there are people who are very introverted. I
Yeah.
mean, they just sit in one corner and they will not talk all day, all week. So I'm not
Um,
sure how they actually, maybe they enjoy being
mhm.
self-contained.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
they can focus very good
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
syntax. So
Mm-hmm.
I have watched the Good Doctor. It's
Mm-hmm.
a very interesting film,
Mm-hmm.
and you can watch it and understand more introvert person.
Mm-hmm. Because I have colleagues who are like these. They don't like, events. They don't like being with people, but they are teachers.
That's
That's
they
the irony, right? They
they
are
were very they are very carefully person.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
before making any decisions they think a lot. Sometimes
Yes.
I think they make me overthinking. But
Yes.
but some situation is very good.
Yes, correct, correct. So they actually have time to focus on things. So when it comes to work, they are actually the ones who finish first
Yeah.
as compared to extroverts.
Mm,
Because extroverts are, very happy, enthusiastic. They'll work and then they'll start to talk and then they forget the work.
yeah.
So that's the thing. There are, pros and cons about these kinds of
Yeah.
personalities. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let's continue, Miss Tram. How about the second one?
Are you a sensor or an
Yep.
intuitive? Sensors are often sensible and pragmatic. They are good on detail and remembering facts and specific. They are reliable and methodical and work at a steady pace. They just their one experience and use adaptability skill. Intuitive are often energetic and creative. They like to focus on the big picture and on future possibilities. They like things that are new and different and prefer to learn new skills. They are thoughtful when making decisions and trust their instinct.
Okay, so we have here another example of personality. So we have the sensor and the intuitive. So Miss Tram, what kind of personality do you think you have? Are you a sensor or are you more of an intuitive person?
I think I had a sensor and intuitive combined
Mm-hmm.
because um uh because I can uh first I can think uh, I can I đưa ra quyết định là gì? I can make this um I can make some the season uh by intuitive uh but I also Uh, I also um, mm, I, uh, I I also can remember good
Mhm.
số liệu là gì ta? I can hả?
Document ấy,
Hả?
sự document ấy.
I can I can remember good
Data, data.
data
Data.
list analysis. Also it can xảy ra là gì ta?
Happen.
Occur, happen a lot of time before.
Mhm.
Especially important data or số liệu gì nào? Important
Data,
uh,
data đấy, data
mm,
list.
important data list,
Data list. Mm-hmm.
data list. So I think have a good remembering combined with good intuitive can produce good decision making.
Mm-hmm. No, so it should be a combination of someone who has good memory and
Yeah,
intuition.
yeah.
I see that. Thank you, Miss Tram. How about you, Miss Rose? Are you a sensor or an intuitive person?
I think I an intuitive person
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes I have a decision about uh, thoughtful thoughtful thing
Mm-hmm.
and experience myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm a intuitive more sensor.
More than sensor. Well, based
Yeah.
on my experience, I think I am also an intuitive person because first, I hate being methodical. I mean, it bores me, especially if it happens every time, every day. And I'm not good sometimes in remembering facts, specifics, even the names of my students, I sometimes forget. Our Zoom link. Sometimes I forget where I can find the Zoom link of our class. So I think I'm not really a sensor, but I am an intuitive. I always find things to, do things in a more creative way. I want to do things in a smart way. If there are better, effective, and efficient way to do things, I would try it. And I also sometimes have to look ahead, so I sometimes focus on the big picture and have a foresight of what will happen next, so I can prepare what are the things that I need to do, etc. So that's the thing. I make decisions, I base it on facts, and I also think about what will be the possibilities in the future. Okay. So that's between sensor and intuitive. Next, let's have Miss Rose to read the next.
Uh, are you thinker or a feeler? A thinker usually take a rational approach to decision making and prefer to remain detached. They are honest and direct, valuing fairness. They can be
Ambitious.
ambitious and critical. They take a few things personally and like arguing and debating issues for fun. Failures are often instinctive in their decision rather than relying on fact or reason. Tactful and diplomatic, they avoid argument and take many things personally. They appear warm and friendly, like to be appreciated
One more time.
and
Appreciated.
appreciated,
One more time. Appreciated.
appreciated, and are good at complimenting others.
Okay. So when we say complimenting, it means that you are good at saying positive things to others. Okay.
Uh,
Now, how about you, Miss Rose? Are you a thinker or a feeler?
I think I'm a thinker.
Mm-hmm.
because when I make a decision, I always worry about a wrong decision, and I not instinctive, and I need the time to follow making decision, and I learn experience about other people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so of
And
course,
yeah,
if you are a thinker, you are also highly logical.
yeah. When highly logical, I think I need make decision faster, but I need make decision by experience myself, and experience of other people or my co-worker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Correct. So you are more of a thinker than a feeler, Miss Rose.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
How about you, Miss Tram? Are you more of a thinker or a feeler?
I think I am a thinker more
Mm-hmm.
than feeler,
Mm-hmm.
because I usually in workplace I usually make decision based on logic and fact.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it can make me have a, a good decision and reduce failure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I know that I should care about other people feelings
Mm-hmm.
and usually use polar positive
Mm-hmm.
positive language
Mm-hmm.
to
Positive.
a positive language to inspire them to accomplish my decision.
Mm-hmm. Correct, correct. You know what? In the workplace, well, we actually have a different workplace environment, right? In your workplace, it is highly important for you to become a thinker because you have to be rational. You have to be detached. When we say you have to be detached, you separate your personal and your professional work. So everything is professional. Whatever you decide on, it's not based on feelings. You are critical. You want to be honest, direct, and you have to be logical in so many things, right?
Yeah.
But in our workplace, yes, we have to also become a thinker and a feeler at the same time. We work on facts, but however, we have to be diplomatic, right? We
Yeah.
have to be tactful. We have to make sure that we appear warm, that we use euphemisms. When we say euphemism, kind words. Euphemism. Okay. We have to think of euphemisms or kind words or alternative way to say that, our comments may not be harsh to students, okay, especially if you're dealing with high schoolers. Okay. So they don't like to be, become very honest with their work. So you have to use your euphemisms. And of course, we have to compliment. Okay. So it's important to actually be at the center. But however, based on one of my colleagues, okay, someone who is, in the position already, sometimes it's also bad to become a filler in the workplace because most of the time you consider others first before you. So most of the time they usually go up the career ladder, but you still remain, at the same level in your career because you feel for them, you let them move first before you. So that's the
Yeah.
downside of being a filler. So sometimes if you want to progress in your career, it is better to become a thinker
Yeah.
because what will hold you back is your feeling towards others. You may feel stagnant afterwards. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the advice that I received from one of my colleagues. Okay, since I moved to another workplace, right? So she advised me it's okay to become, a person who feels for others, but when it comes to the profession, you have to be a thinker.
Yeah.
Right.
But I had a question
Mm-hmm.
that thinker and feeler it how it dependent on culture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thinker and filler actually depends on the kind of work that you have.
Yeah,
Okay. So if you are working in the business sector, of course, you have to become a thinker. Because if you're a filler, the company wouldn't progress.
yeah.
Okay. But if you work in the education setup, being a feeler is important, especially if you're handling younger students.
Mm.
Right. So it depends on the kind of work. For business, being a thinker is a must. Okay. So
But I
just like
think
what you have answered earlier. Yes,
yeah,
Miss Ram.
but I think if it, we don't balance between thinker and feeler, we can create a
Yeah.
drama office
Yeah.
in the
Office
office
drama.
office
Yes.
drama.
Correct. Correct.
It also affect it harmful to
Yeah.
our career life.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Correct. So it should be a
So
perfect balance as well.
yeah. So
Right.
how you show drama office drama
Oh,
to make it
how,
clear.
oh, you know what? When I was younger,
Mm.
when I am starting to teach, I am a feeler. Okay, but now I don't know. I think it goes with age. Now I am a thinker. If it is something that will affect my emotions negatively, I don't consider. I stick to logic.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because if you are, well, that's the negative thing about, younger self. Sometimes we feel so much. We become diplomatic to the point that even if we are treated badly already, we are being, abused by power, we wouldn't say anything. But if we are becoming more of a thinker, if the environment is being unfair, then you have to voice it out, and that makes the environment in our workplace fair and honest, because, well, if there is fairness in the workplace, you will feel that you are included. Okay?
Mm.
Inclusivity comes when the environment feels fair and honest.
Yes.
Okay?
So if we lack of pure charity,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we can be a close with
Yeah.
my close minded,
Close-minded.
close
Yeah.
minded.
Hey, that's the bad thing about it, actually. So if you are all thinker in the workplace, you will all have a highly competitive environment. You will feel like your colleagues will be your competitors and not your friends, which may also affect, the harmonious relationship in the workplace. So if you are, for example, the leader in your own group, in your own department, it should be at the middle. You should be a thinker and a filler at the same time. And most leaders are actually at the middle of this. They are thinker, but they're also compassionate. So you can be compassionate at the workplace, but you should know the limits as well. Because there are also those who would abuse the kind of compassion that you have.
Yeah.
Right. So it's difficult because we are dealing with personalities here, and sometimes too much of something can be, negative in the company. So it should be at the middle. You are a
Mm.
thinker and a filler at the same time. But you should be also, honest with what you feel, and if there are something, bad going on, it is better to actually point it out, so
Yeah.
they know that you are honest and fair, but you are also diplomatic at the same time. Okay.
So I mean, when we struggle by choose be to any kind of personality, we should read the rule of work,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Correct, correct. So sometimes it's really uh difficult, right? There are rules that we have to really follow, but at sometimes, if you are a leader in your company or in your group, you also have to, appreciate, you have to appear warm and friendly too. But of course, you have to be wiser than the rest.
Mm,
And it
yeah,
comes with experience, it comes with age. And the more experience you gather in the workplace, the more wiser you become, and
yeah,
you'll know how to approach every colleagues that you have in the company.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, how about this one, Miss Rose? Let's continue reading.
Yes. Are you a judge or
Judge,
a
one more time,
judge?
judge,
Are you a judge or a perceiver? Perceiver?
perceiver,
Perceiver. Just often make decisions easily and quickly. They plan,
appreciate,
appreciate, plan, rule and schedule, and are usually pun- punctual.
punctual,
Punctual. They are determined. Give to
determined.
zero. Give to zero deadline and lie to complete project. They are serious and conventional and lie
Decisiveness,
decisiveness in other. Receivers are often indecisive.
indecisive,
Indecisive, they like to be flexible and to keep their options open. Being unconventional, they dislike rule and dislike. They like to start project and prefer to play now and
later.
let work later.
Okay. Now, based on the descriptions here, are you a judge or a perceiver, Miss Rose?
I think I'm a just
Okay. Well, why do you think so?
because I don't like work late and
Yeah.
yeah and I realized and I have to work faster this line
Mm-hmm.
and finish on time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
uh, and I don't person work late.
Correct,
Yes,
right? Of course, we want to finish our work early so we can come back home early and rest early as well. Right. Thank you, Miss Rose, for your answer. How about you, Miss Tram? Are you a judge or a perceiver?
I think I'm a judge
Mm-hmm.
because I appreciate plan,
Mm-hmm.
rules, and schedule,
Mm-hmm.
and I usually punctual.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, it's make it make me feel I'm a professional in work.
Mm-hmm.
And I like uh those who are had a uh such a character like me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Correct, correct. You know what? We like someone who is decisive. Like when you ask them what do you want, they know what they really like. Okay? We want people like that because there's no much, decisions. There's no much argument. They know exactly what they wanna have. Okay? Unlike perceivers, they are often indecisive. When you ask a perceiver what they like, they will just say, just anything. And it's hard, right? If you cannot really decide on what you want. And judges are often guided by rules. They want to set things straight. They want everything to be in order for them to actually think properly. Perceivers, they are very unconventional. They don't follow rules. They just do things that they think they can achieve the same result, even if there's no rules, or there are no rules. So, perceivers often these are the younger ones. So they are very unconventional when it comes to doing their work, which those who are much more experienced at work, okay, of course we are now the judges. We already know how the process is, and when someone enters the company and someone who is very young that starts to do some changes in the processes that we have, sometimes it's hard, and we always comment on uh the new employees now are different. They hate rules sometimes. Okay, but yes, that sometimes being a judger takes experience as well. Okay, and a lot of us now are judgers than perceivers, because again, we value our time, we value our work, and we always want to make sure that what we give is always the best. Okay, so we won't redo everything. Okay, so these are the four types of personalities that people, or that we may experience, or that we may have, not just in the workplace but also in our personal life. Okay, and in this article we also have different adjectives that describe personalities. So these adjectives are the following: we have outgoing, impulsive, self contained, focused, pragmatic, methodical, creative, thoughtful, rational, detached, instinctive, tactful, determined, conventional, indecisive, and flexible. Okay, so those are the different adjectives about personalities. Now, let us use those words to complete, okay, our activity number 3. So, for example, I am not influenced by other people or my emotions. So, the answer here is detached. So, when you are detached, your decisions are not based on emotions. You focus on logic, you focus on facts. So even if your decision will hurt someone, you'll follow it. Or will hurt the emotion of someone, you'll do it, because you have this kind of personality. You are detached. You just you think that it's purely professional, nothing personal. That's detached. How about number 2? I do things in a careful and well ordered way. Okay, what word from our article do you think is uh related to this?
Everything in careful and
I think methodical.
Okay, let's see. It is, yes, methodical. So when you say well-ordered way, you follow methods, you follow the processes, and you make sure that you carefully follow the process. So that's methodical. How about number 3? I find it hard to make up my mind about things. Okay, what do you think is that word? Hard to make up mind about things.
Instinctive.
Okay, let's see. Is it instinctive? Our keyword here is hard to make up my mind. So if it's hard to make up your mind,
self-reliant. Uh,
it's
Indecisive.
indecisive. Okay, so
Indecisive.
it means it's hard for you to decide on
Uh,
things. Okay, you don't know exactly what you want. Okay, so you are indecisive. How about number 4?
like
I focus on what I want to do and don't let anyone stop me.
decisive,
focused. Focused.
Okay, let's
decisive.
see. Is
Có
it
chữ
decisive?
decisive.
Okay, let's see.
Có chữ đấy không
It's
ta?
Determined. Okay.
determined.
So our clue here is focus on what I want to do.
Focus.
Yeah. So you are focused or
Focus.
determined.
Determined.
How
Yeah.
about this one? I do things based on my own feelings.
I do things based on
Or
my
feeling.
feeling. Chúng ta có cái từ gì ta? Quên rồi.
Instinctive.
Okay, let's
Không,
see. Okay, correct.
instinctive.
So it's instinctive. You base on it your own feelings. Like I feel something bad may happen, or I feel it's good. How about number 6? I'm happy to change my plans when necessary.
I have to change my plan when in my phone.
The our clue is change.
Cái từ
Change.
cái vì chúng mình vừa học xong á mà tôi quên
Uh,
cái cuối cùng á. Cái thứ ba.
im, impulsive.
Flexible.
Okay, let's see. It's flexible.
Flexible.
Correct. So when you are flexible, then you are ready to change things and it's easy for you to have some changes
Yeah.
in your plans. Okay. How about number 7? I am confident and friendly.
Tự tin và thân thiện.
Tactful.
Let's see. Is it tactful? Oh, it's
Outgoing.
outgoing. Okay. So it's like extrovert, right? You are outgoing. How about number 8? I like to think about things carefully.
I
Think carefully.
think carefully.
Rational. Rational.
Focus.
Okay, let's see.
Focus.
It's
To thought.
thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
Okay, so when you are thoughtful, it means that you think things carefully. You select things properly. How about number 9? I can produce new things using imagination.
Creative.
It's creative,
Creative.
correct. How about number 10? I do what is normal and acceptable.
Normal and
Bình thường và có
acceptable.
thể chấp nhận được.
Okay, do you remember the term? Let's see. Okay, when we say normal and acceptable, it's conventional.
Conventional.
Okay, so you follow what is already written. It's acceptable. Okay, nothing new. That's conventional. How about 11? I make decisions objectively. Okay, let's see. It's rational.
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 Okay, so when you say rational, you decide objectively based on facts. How about number 12? I don't do things that will upset or annoy people.
Focus.
Không phải cái từ cuối
Okay, we
cùng mà
have here do things that will not upset. It's tactful.
Tactful.
Okay, so when you are tactful, you always say the good things. Okay, you don't do or say things that will make others feel sad or feel mad. How about number 13? I depend on myself.
Impulsive.
Okay, is it impulsive? Let's see. I depend on myself. It's
Self-contained.
self-contained. Okay.
ờ,
So when you are self-contained, of course, you only rely on yourself. How about number 14? I pay careful attention to what I am doing.
focus.
Okay, it's focused. Correct. How about number 15? I do things as I think of them without considering the consequences. Okay, you don't consider consequences, you do it right away. It's
Impulsive.
impulsive.
Ờ,
Okay, so for example, you decide quickly, but you don't think about the consequences of your decisions. That's impulsive. Okay. You decide based on impulse, what you feel at the moment. How about number 16? I like to find practical solutions to problems. Okay, when we say practical solutions to problems, you are pragmatic.
Practic-
Okay, so those are the different words that we have, okay, in our article, and those are the meaning of those words. Okay, so again, let's read the different words one by one. Let's start from Miss Rose. Let's read the first word.
Detached, methodical, indecisive,
One more time. Indecisive,
indecisive, determined,
determined,
determined, instinctive, flexible, outgoing, thoughtful, creative, conventional, traditional, tactful, self-contained, focused, impulsive, pragmatic,
Okay, thank you. How about you, Miss Tram? Let's read.
Detached,
Detached,
detached, methodical, indecisive,
one more time. Indecisive,
indecisive, determined,
determined,
determined, instinctive, flexible, outgoing, thoughtful, creative, conventional, rational, tactful, self-contained, focused, impulsive, dramatic.
Okay, thank you for reading. And those are again the meaning of the different words that we encountered in our article. At this point, I want you to choose the adjectives in our previous activity and explain what kind of people you like to work with and why. So let's begin first with the kind of people you would like to work with. And you have to choose 5 adjectives. So which of these um characteristics would you want to work with?
Determine,
Okay, determined. What else, Miss Tram?
uh, methodical,
Methodical,
creative,
creative,
um, tactful,
tactful, and
flexible.
flexible. Now, why do you want to work with those people?
Uh, I like to work with determined, methodical, creative, tactful, and flexible people because some reason follow uh,
Mm-hmm,
determined people will never give up. Um, Also, it's very difficult situation
mm-hmm,
and always try their best to achieve their goal.
mm-hmm,
I like those person who had has this personality much
mm-hmm,
very much.
mm-hmm,
Um, and methodical people who will uh, organize, organize and careful.
correct.
So they let to make mistake.
Mm-hmm,
Mm. And creative people can come up with new ideas
yes.
and solving problem with many different ways, and they can wisely choose the best way to solve problem.
Mm-hmm,
Thoughtful people uh, will help we. can communicate with other people um, uh, uh, polite. I
Mm-hmm.
can politely,
Politely. Correct.
politely, and they will it can avoid an unnecessary conflict in
Yeah.
team or at workplace.
Mm-hmm.
And flexible can to uh, adapt to change
Mm-hmm.
and uh, uh, and can learn faster
Yeah.
because they can and work well with different situation
Situation.
because they don't like conventional conventional and mm, and can
Mm-hmm.
open minded. So I think so. Who has those characteristic combine one can make the teamwork more
Yeah.
effective and enjoyable.
Yeah, correct. They can work effectively, right? And
And yeah,
enjoyable. Okay,
yeah.
thank you, Miss Tra. Well said. How about you, Miss Rose? Which of these personality adjectives do you want to see in the people you work with?
I have I like people which is methodical,
Mm-hmm.
methodical, and uh, tactful,
Mm-hmm.
tactful, and uh, tactful, and um, thoughtful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so methodical, tactful, thoughtful. What else? Last two.
And flexible.
Flexible and
Uh, I hate people.
uh okay. So why those personalities?
I think with a person have methodical, they they have carefully on working,
Mm-hmm.
and they and I can experience learn experience uh, their experience more. And beside with people have um, thoughtful thoughtful, I can team working with them,
Mm-hmm.
and with flexible, uh, you are a coworker with flexible, they can work easier with them,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't worry about um, harmful environment.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So if you work with these kinds of people, you would really think that you will establish a harmonious working environment because you work with people that goes well with your personality as well. So you select people who can work properly, can do their job effectively and efficiently, and they also have their sense of um creativity that makes them, contribute better for the company or for the work that you have. Okay? How about the kind of people that you don't like to work with? Okay. So instead of five, I just want you to choose one. So what personality you don't want to see in your colleagues?
Conventional
Why conventional, Miss Tram?
because they always protect their idea.
Mm-hmm.
Also, sometimes idea is very uh, tôi là gì nhá ta?
Mét, mét,
Mad, mad,
mét,
Mm-hmm.
bad, bad, mad, mad, bad. Mad đúng không?
mét, mét, B.
Bad, bad. And they always protect their idea
Mm-hmm.
and don't uh, don't open their mind
Mm-hmm.
to absorb uh, other people, other idea.
Mm-hmm.
Also, other idea may be the bad choice.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So that means that they are close-minded, right? So what if there is something new, if there are changes, they wouldn't find it acceptable, right?
Yeah,
Because they're so used to doing the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, correct. How about you, Miss Rose? What personality do you don't want to see in someone or in your colleagues?
I think is a person have impulsive.
Okay. Why?
They uh, they make the decision faster, but sometimes it's a wrong
Mm-hmm.
decision
Mm-hmm.
because they don't follow object don't follow object and base focus.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they influence other people on
Correct.
working.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So, of course, we don't want to work with someone who is impulsive, especially if you are the leader and then you have someone under your care who would decide impulsively. Because, of course, most of the time, the leaders would suffer because of the impulsiveness of some of the members. So, well, we don't want to work with people who are like that because they put us in a difficult
Ano
situation. Right. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, your answers about our activity. Now, in our next meeting, we will now continue and move on to our listening activity. So we are done with our reading. Next meeting, we'll talk about our listening activity still under this unit. And then we will also be having some vocabulary terms that you may use when it comes to making decisions. Okay. So thank
yes,
you so much, Miss Tram and Miss Rose, for coming to our class. Do you have any question?
I have no question.
No
I
question.
have
Have a
no question.
all
Thank you,
right. So
teacher.
thank you.
By the way, and next time, can we can choose nhưng mà sáng chủ nhật nhưng cô học được như nào? Hay là học
Thôi
trưa thứ bảy?
thôi,
Thôi
thôi
à?
thứ bảy đi, chủ nhật mình vẫn đi chơi nhiều.
Ok. Oh, sorry, teacher. I have no question.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Goodbye,
Yeah.
Have
everyone.
a enjoy
Bye.
day.
Yeah. Bye.